Hello, hello. This is the 228th Test from the Future, an experimental podcast from the year 2225, which we are sending from our present to yours. My name is Dirk.
And my name is Simon.
And we're putting the past in podcast. 228th episode.
Mm-hmm. It's been a while.
Yes.
Since we started. And I've been here for most of the episodes.
Most of them.
But I was, and yourself likewise. But I wasn't here last week.
True. Actually, that was very spontaneous.
Mm-hmm. But you decided to record while at a UFO showroom, right?
Yeah. There was just so much stuff to see and do and talk about. And I was also being quite hyped about all the different UFOs that I saw that I thought I just need to tell somebody, and then I decided to tell everybody.
That's fair. Well, our listeners, yeah. But I think in the episode you didn't actually buy one, right? So did you buy one afterwards?
I did.
Cool.
Not the day itself, because it's very healthy to sleep on it. Then I slept on it. I woke up, went straight back, and actually bought the Cadillac Coup d'etat.
Very nice.
The orange, chromy, more traditional looking UFO.
And then, so do you already have it, or do you have to wait for it to be delivered?
No, I could take it with me straight away.
Really
I actually got that showroom model, because then they started, do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want extra cushions? Do you want, something on the roof so you can carry stuff? And so now I want exactly this model, and I know that's going to take whatever. And I said, how about I take this exact one? And that was possible. I could even get a discount.
Very nice.
But I can't carry anything on the roof.
Sure, you didn't get the roof rack.
I didn't get additional pillows.
Okay. Those you can probably add yourself.
Sorry?
You can probably add pillows inside yourself.
True, but then of course, like if you want to have the
but they
official
won't match.
ones, that so then I could go and pay them. On the other hand, if I would have bought it from the catalog, I probably would have gone with one exhaust pipe, but this one has 6.
Now that is considerably more.
Yeah, I mean,
That's nice.
They tend to have this with showroom models. They put on additional stuff to make it look cool. And if you actually want to buy all of that, you need to then pay extra.
Yeah.
But not if you buy the exact showroom model.
Sure.
So, and also, if you wear a hat, it's a low-seater UFO.
Like where you're sitting really low, like while you're in there, you're really low down?
Excellent. And also the roof is very low. So,
yeah.
I often wear a hat. It doesn't fit. So you can either not take it or toss it in the back or so. This showroom model had an hat rack in the back.
That's very handy.
Yeah, I can't actually reach it when I'm sitting in the UFO. So you need to open the back, put it on there, close the back, and then go back to the front. But whatever.
But at least there's a dedicated spot for your hat.
Yes, and that's where I'm putting it now. Also means I'm wearing my hat less because I keep forgetting it's in the UFO.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also not so easy to find parking spaces.
Right, no.
So I have it parked on my balcony at the moment.
Does it fit?
It fits. It takes up about 2/3 of the balcony now. At a benefit, it keeps away the farm animals.
Sure. They have less room for purchase.
Yes, and also they seem to be a little bit scared of it.
Maybe the bright orangeness of it.
It is also, it reflects the moonlight very clear. So because the farm animals are mostly active at night, climbing up and down the building, eating people's roses on their balconies, I don't have much of that anymore. Yeah,
it's pretty good. Is it of spreading over, like, are your neighbours also benefiting, or the other way around of the animals going, okay, we'll hang out on your neighbours' balconies?
They do get. No, I don't know. I don't think my neighbours are profiting from it. No, I definitely saw some sheep down there when I woke up this morning.
Okay.
And you could say, so this means it's good for my roses, but of course there's a UFO parked on the roses at the moment. So that's not...
Roses don't tend to benefit from that.
Not a very permanent solution, yeah. So the thing is, it's round, right? So most of the flying cars, flying vehicles that we have, they're all kind of like rectangle.
Yeah,
so most of the
lozenge shaped at least.
Yeah.
Like longer basically than they are wide.
Exactly. So, for example, the parking deck in my building, I have one slot there.
Okay, and the UFO is too wide.
Exactly. I need 3 slots to park it, and then I still stick out a little bit. So I'm not allowed to park it there. I mean, you're not allowed to park UFOs there either way.
Sure.
I don't know why, but it wouldn't fit. So I still have that on my to-do list.
Yeah.
Find a parking space.
Sure.
And ideally not so far away, because I have a UFO to get places easily if I have to go through some trouble to
You get like a zip line from your balcony down to the ground, assuming you find somewhere on the ground to park.
That's a good idea, actually.
I mean, not so helpful in the evening when you want to come home, but at least when you're going out.
You see, that there would have been a good plan B, but maybe I like it as plan A. So plan B is now they have a really dedicated parking garages for UFOs spread out across the world. So I could fly my UFO to, let's say, Switzerland.
And teleport.
Park it there, exactly, and then teleport there and back. But it just feels a little bit wrong to have a UFO and have it parked, on the other side of the world and teleport there when I want to use it.
Sure. I mean, Switzerland isn't so far away, but I see what you mean. Yeah.
It's not that far. But I like your zipline idea.
Yeah. That would be more fun. Get a zipline to go down when you're going somewhere. When you come back, just hook a rocket to your back. Go back up the zipline, But,
Yeah, with a rocket. Or, yeah, I like that.
You could use rocket boots,
Very good ideas. Either way, but it's all working. I can't leave the atmosphere, so it's just within the atmosphere, so it's not suited for space travel. And it's not super fast, because apparently completely round isn't efficient.
Sure. Is it waterproof? Can you go underwater?
I haven't tried.
I mean,
I wouldn't know why not.
Sure. I mean, it should be. I was going to say just try, but maybe not if it's not. Meaning if it turns out not to be waterproof, that would be a bad thing to find out whilst underwater. So maybe it says in the manual.
I was going to say, do you want to go for a ride later? I'm guessing not if I go underwater.
Let's look in the manual first. Yeah. If it says it's all good, that'd be fun.
Or dip it in a little bit, see what happens.
Sure, remote control it.
Yeah? Okay. Cool. Anyway, it's pretty cool, and it looks amazing. I mean, I've been staring at it for a couple of days for two reasons. One, it looks really cool. And two,
it's on your balcony?
It's on my balcony.
Yeah, right. You're having your breakfast, you're looking out your window where normally you had a view, and now you've got a view of a UFO.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, that's no problem. I'm sure our listeners were happy to learn all about that too. Some nice follow-up from last week.
Yeah.
And then our actual topic today is a little bit darker.
Yeah.
A bit more serious. Yeah, more serious, definitely.
Yeah. It's probably one of the more serious topics that we've had.
I think so, yeah.
It involves murder.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's next level, yeah.
It's not something that happens a lot in the future. So maybe I explain a little bit why we even talk about such a thing. So there was a crime committed, murder. Illuminati was killed 2 days ago on the moon. And there was never an alien killed.
Right, never.
At least not that we know, at least not in our solar system.
in the last 25 odd years on Earth.
Exactly. And then, of course, we have a very limited police force on Earth for the very few crimes that are still happening, mostly minor crimes.
Sure.
And there was never...
But nothing on the moon, yeah?
Exactly. Nothing on the moon, and not specifically when dealing with aliens.
Right.
There was no intergalactic police because there's no intergalactic crime.
Right. So there was no need to work out the jurisdiction there, like who's responsible.
Yeah. So they went to the next best thing, which was the UFOPOO. And the UFOPOO was saying, you, Dirk, as an ethics advisor, don't really have that much to do, I guess.
I mean, there's a question of ethics involved, at least on the part of whoever committed the murder.
I guess if it was it was either me or finance, then they thought probably better to have the ethics advisor on this assignment. So they gave it to me as a special assignment.
Yeah.
And that's why we're talking about it.
Indeed, yeah.
And because I don't know anything about crime, I asked you if you could help.
Got me involved, who also has no actual experience with crime. I mean, I've seen a few TV shows and the like, a couple of films.
I'm also saying not so much experience with crime.
Investigating it.
I was going to say that. So there's that very minor crime that we have on Earth, #sports match fixing. I have some experience with this.
Sure.
Maybe that's why they asked me.
Okay, yeah, you were the one with the longest criminal record of all your colleagues.
Or the only one who ever was convicted of anything.
Yeah.
Sports match fixing. That's what it did. We have a murder. Who can do this? The guy who did sports match fixing.
Closer to the mindset of a criminal.
I guess. Yeah, I can totally imagine what was going on over there. And they even allowed me to give the thing a name.
Mm-hmm. Yep, like your team,
Yeah. So we are now officially the UFOPOO.
That is a nice name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that happened 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, basically the crime happened 2 days ago.
Yep.
They assigned it to me also 2 days ago. Mm-hmm. We've been roughly
like you brought me in yesterday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we've roughly been working the case for a little over a day now, I guess. Yeah. So of course it is rather serious, rather real, but we didn't want to withhold it from our listeners.
Right. No.
So we came back from the crime scene earlier, and we have something big on the wall by now on the screen that we can talk about later.
Exactly. I had push button work it up for us. A big. You said so. We'll talk about it later.
But. True. Yeah. But I mean, push button will get to your AI assistant. Has been a lot of help so far. But before we get to the board, we have to point out at least one thing to the listeners. We are taking it quite seriously. The Illuminati themselves don't.
Right. Not that they're making jokes about it, but they don't seem to be upset about it or worried about it.
No.
It's the first, like you said, it's the first time any such thing has happened. And I wouldn't have been surprised if they were upset. But no, they're very chill.
Yeah.
Taking it in stride.
Exactly. And as it happens often when we deal with the aliens, they sometimes really don't understand the fuss on our side.
Yeah.
And the other way around sometimes.
Sure.
But they let us, deal with this. First, it's a matter of principle, because it happens on our jurisdiction. And they're like, okay, whatever. You do your thing.
Yeah. I mean, they're being cooperative. They're answering questions and so on. Not like they're ignoring our quest for information, but they're not pushing for a resolution.
And also, they don't seem to be, insulted. Like, we sent one of us to you guys, and that's what happened.
Sure. No.
I mean, I'm not sure.
I mean, that takes the pressure off, which is nice.
Yeah, true, actually. Yeah. True.
I mean, we still feel, we still want to solve it, but we don't have, people breathing down our neck to solve it. Well, at least I don't. I mean, you're my boss. Do you have your bosses breathing down your neck?
No, not so much actually either.
Okay.
Everybody's a little bit caught off guard.
Sure. It's so unexpected.
Exactly. It's like, I think they're more actually concerned about the politics of the thing.
Okay.
Where, sounds rude, but care a little bit less about what actually happens, but more worried about the political consequences. Because that's a good point, actually, where we've reached out to the next of kin, and they're not upset. And that is... okay, fair enough politically, maybe the Illuminati, for whatever reasons, they're not worried about it. I was very surprised that the next of kin also... See, maybe that's a clue. We have to remember that.
Indeed.
If the Illuminati in general don't care, okay, whatever. But if the next of kin, that's a good point. We should put that on the board.
No. And that's where your expertise comes in. You've worked with the Illuminati a long time. So.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's also, I keep on gesturing towards the board. I have my fingers spread out. I point at the board as if I'm beaming at it. Just the listeners can't
see it. But
they can't see the board either anyways.
No, but they can imagine a big board on the wall.
Yeah.
Updating in real time with various information, lots of clues, details.
There was a Cadillac coup d'etat just passing by your window.
By right now. But not your... It was pink. It wasn't yours.
No, it wasn't mine, but it also had lots of exhaust.
Yeah, I could hear it.
I thought I was pretty unique.
Maybe they also got you said it was a showroom model, but it's sort of an option that people who want that can pay for.
It's fine if there's two.
Where were we?
You were describing the board.
Yep. big old board of information.
Yeah.
Lots of clues, photographs, maps, video clips, sound recordings, all kinds of stuff.
And it's super nice because it's like I don't know if we ever mentioned it, but your screen is touch, so we can basically swap things around, make connections, remove connections, add new clues, and then
draw lines between things, connecting them up.
Exactly. And I mean, we're not at the point yet where we have to zoom in and out. It still all fits, but so maybe we describe a little bit all the things that are on the board, which is at the same time all the clues we have so far.
Yeah, makes sense. So, right, for our listeners, maybe it's interesting. For us, we're basically working through what have we got so far.
Yeah.
What should we do next?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to start?
Yeah.
With the most important thing?
Yes, we haven't mentioned the victim.
Right.
Okay, so the victim is Illuminati. So his official real Illuminati name is Mar Arkak.
Mar Arkak, yep.
But that's not what his buddies call him.
Right, no, he's got a nickname,
Yeah.
I guess, or a nom de plume.
Number
Don't think it was a writer, but yeah, number 8.
Number 8. Exactly. So that makes it a little bit easier for us.
Sure.
If we would have to have the whole episode of us saying Mar Ark.
We could have shortened it to Mar, maybe, but yeah. Number 8, maybe also easier on our listeners from long ago, not familiar with Illuminati names.
Yes, fair enough. Yeah. So his body is at the moment in storage.
Look at the morgue, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the victim was killed. So he's in the middle of the board, slightly bigger picture.
Yep.
And there's like a picture, like there's like a.
I mean, there's a photo of him looking how he did when he was alive.
Yeah.
And then there's also some photos of the actual crime scene of the dead body.
Exactly. So it's on the moon.
Yeah.
So if you and imagine your typical. It's a little hard for 21st century. Like typical moon scenery, it's gray, rocky, dusty bottom with like a black sky. So it's outside of the domes.
Yeah. Right, not in the pressurized part.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's this. It's on. Yeah, it's not even on the edge of some more illegal settlements. It's even beyond that. Anyway.
Yeah.
So those are the center pictures. And around it are some of the things that were found at the crime scene, or how to call it, if clues for those things were found at the crime scene.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Anvil.
Exactly, the murder weapon.
Yes.
Like the actual murder weapon's recovered, which was pretty helpful. And it's a big anvil. It wasn't right next to the body, but a little bit further away. But it was clear. Yeah, so it had number 8's blood on it. So clearly used to kill him.
Yeah. Although I like blood is to make it easier understandable for us.
Yeah.
The Illuminati work very different. So there's some like kind of
yellow fluid,
yellow goldish kind of
glow. It glitters a bit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. So it's also
doesn't actually serve the same purpose as blood does in humans.
Yep.
But it's a liquid inside their bodies.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and it's very easy recognizable. And the anvil was recovered on the edge of the settlement. Yeah. So, I don't know, distance, a couple of 100 meters, something like that, right? Other things that were found near the victim. There were lots of things found. We, of course, at this point, we don't know all the things that are relevant or not. Well, what's the tiny speck again? That was
a grain of Bulgur.
That's it. Yeah, which
tiny grain of Bulgur found on number 8's jacket.
Yeah, apparently not a common thing on the moon.
Nope.
At least not on the outsides, of course.
Sure. On the surface,
Yeah.
And actually, that's a point. So, just in case our listeners were wondering, Illuminati are fine in a vacuum. So, basically, number 8 didn't die from being in a vacuum.
Yeah.
That's not an issue. It really was the anvil that done it.
Mm-hmm. And then there was the pencil case with all kinds of colorful pencils in there.
Yep.
But I mean, this was like 20, 30 meters away from the victim. Did it have anything to do with it? Yes or no? I don't know.
That's trickier to tell. It looked very sun-bleached.
Yeah.
So maybe he'd been out there for a longer time. But also could have just been a sun-bleached pencil case, that maybe the murderer had with them.
And then, because we had a few Earth police coming up with us to help us, and I asked them to gather all they could find. And as you see on the side of the board, because we moved it to the side, there's lots of pictures of dust and rocks.
Mm-hmm.
So the moon surface has lots of dust and rocks.
Yep. Then here's another, so on further out, there's a photo of a rabid dog.
Yeah.
Foaming at the mouth. Obviously that wasn't out on the surface near the body, but right on the, inside the closest dome.
Yeah, yeah. And your rabid dogs can do all kinds of crazy things.
Exactly.
So,
and why do we care about that dog specifically? It was near the entrance, and on that entrance was smeared some glittery yellow liquid on the handle.
That's what the picture is on the... Okay,
well,
so
next
that's why...
to the dog, there's this close-up of a door handle.
It's a good thing that we're going over this now. I had got somehow zoned out when we were putting this up.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. And then there's lines connecting things. It's like, okay, so the Anvil was purchased there, and these people knew these people, and so on. So there's lots of lines going in all directions. Mm-hmm. And there's a few... can we call them suspects?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or persons of interest.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good point, actually.
So number 8 is the victim. Number 1 was their boss.
Yeah, because maybe that's a good thing to point out. Mm-hmm. That's something we figured out already.
Right. So I said number 8 was a nickname. It's not really a nickname, it's more like a rank.
Yes, exactly, because he was involved in illegal water smuggling.
Indeed. Or organised crime.
Yeah,
for our listeners.
Like we're seeing that right after we said, "Oh, there's no crime. We don't know what's going on." No, there's a little crime,
a little bit here and there,
and we even had a whole episode about illegal water smuggling.
Right. But it seemed to be pretty much a victimless crime.
Yeah,
not anymore.
Not anymore. I guess there's lots of artichokes to be made in the illegal water trade. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so he apparently was in a gang that was involved in. Or is involved, I guess, in illegal water smuggling, with leader being
number 1.
Number 1.
And then also we found out from a tattoo on number 8's shoulder that they were a member of a gang called the Counts.
True, actually, the name of the gang, important.
Yeah.
The Counts.
And that's how we're jumping around a little bit here. First we got that, and then we found out who's the leader of that gang.
But of course. Being the leader of a gang involved in criminal stuff, I guess you have to be involved in criminal stuff, otherwise you're not a gang, right?
I guess, yeah.
Can be a gang that just
a gang tends to be something illegal.
Okay. Anyway, so and then of course we figure out who's the boss, number 1, so he immediately becomes a person of interest, and of course we started putting things on, and there were little lines. And every clue that we found, there's more lines.
Yep.
A person become of more interest than before because they had more lines. Mm-hmm. That's how it works, I guess.
Yeah. And the more lines, exactly, the closer they move to the center.
Yeah. I don't know how far down the numbers go.
Number 1 being the top.
Yeah.
Number 8 being the victim that we're investigating the murder of. We haven't yet. We really found out a lot in the last day. That's one of the details we still need to find out. How many levels are there to this organization?
So, we know. There's probably a 1 to a 2 to 7. Probably we know there's number 9 because apparently number 9 worked closely with number 8.
Right, and so is now responsible for. Has taken over number 8's responsibilities.
Yeah, that's what we figure out. Yeah, so
in that part, it's pretty handy that the Counts they maintain their website with their own org chart. That's really nice of them. So.
It's very transparent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who needs AI when you can just look at the website?
Mm-hmm.
Then there was the person with the glasses again.
Yep, that's number 8's neighbor.
Yeah, the neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did we put in?
So we haven't yet, but the idea was to ask the neighbor if they saw any strange comings and goings from number 8's place.
Yeah. Okay. But that's on the moon, right? Because
on the moon.
number 8 was living on the moon. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. So is that on the same dome in the same dome as where the Rabid Dog was?
Yeah, same dome. So number 8, right? Number 8 was murdered on the surface of the moon. Yeah, like you say, not so close to the dome, but the closest dome was the one where they live.
See, there's I feel we're getting onto something.
Yeah, and then over there also, we've collected. So in number 8's jacket pocket, there were actually some pieces of paper, so letters.
Oh, cool.
Which is really like old school, so letters, printed out emails, and so on. We've not been able to translate them yet. Sure, you've worked with Illuminati for many years, but it's not. You didn't recognise the language, right?
No.
So we have these letters. We don't yet know what they say.
So they're right there as well, addressed as. I'm looking at them now. Like there's this symbol. See, it's definitely not Illuminati, but it's still recognizable. You see, I think it's Partian.
Yeah.
So the other alien.
Yeah, sure. So maybe
race.
tomorrow you can take it to some of your colleagues and see what they think of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Partian actually. Either that or Ethiopian.
Okay.
Okay, we'll have it translated. Yeah. So maybe. Yeah, so let's point out the Bs as well. So I'm just going over the board. We don't really need to point out anything, but we might want to point out the Bs because they're if we're going with the criminal circuit, they're another water smuggling gang.
Sure. Also working on the moon, and so they potentially had overlap, maybe even disagreements.
Yeah. I mean, so far we just know that they exist, which is why we put them on. There's also no lines really going from them to anything. No, we just know they're there, but there might just be lines there tomorrow. So far, if I'm thinking about it now, so like number 8 lived in the dome where also his neighbor was living. Actually,
I mean,
your neighbor, obviously,
by definition,
your neighbor is that was it. Actually, your neighbor is always living next door, so I'm not sure if that's a clue.
No, that would be stretching it.
Yeah. Okay, so what are our next steps?
So we still have a lot, although the moon doesn't have complete cam coverage, and a lot of the cams are outside the vacuum, so there's no sound. Although we don't have complete coverage, we do have a whole lot of recordings.
Yeah. Not from the crime scene.
Not from the crime scene itself, but in the area around it. And, people presumably needed to pass through those areas.
Yeah.
So maybe in there will be something useful. So my next step is to hand it over to my AI, push button, get push button to have to look through all that on our behalf, and then, highlight to us any things that might be of value.
Exactly. Look at all the cams from the moon, from that day, and just point us to the ones that we should watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why we mentioned your AI assistant at the beginning.
Really helping out. Yeah, made up the board for us.
Yeah.
Now we're going to look through the evidence.
Okay. So that's where we have a lot of stuff to do. Maybe we go to the listener questions before we work on the case.
It's a good idea, yeah. We have 2 this week, yeah?
Shall I do the first one, you do the second one?
Sounds good.
So first one is from FSDXFSD11 in response to episode 176, Portal Windows. They're saying, can you tell me what CTE telekinesis is? I reckon since it is not yet understood in my dimension, you would know what it is. And for the answer, I pass on to our local telekinesis expert.
Which is me. Yes, FSD, I know what that is. So it's a form of telekinesis that was accidentally discovered during the treatment of CTE, which is a neurological condition caused by repeated brain trauma. It was a treatment. It was hoped this treatment maybe it will help people suffering from that. And it did, which is nice. But then one of the side effects was actually bringing about telekinesis in people. Yeah. Which is handy. Yeah. By now we have better ways of doing it, like more efficient, more effective ways of inducing telekinesis in those who have the capability for it. But this was one of the early ones.
Yeah, interesting side effect that people suddenly had telekinesis powers.
Yeah. As well as no longer having brain damage.
Yeah. Okay, so it's interesting. We have a topic that's about murder. We have questions about brain damage. So let's move on to the next question.
Yeah. Next question from JC Irvs MCVS. Or Mcvs, maybe? Yeah. I'm going to say Joke Irvs Mcvs.
Yeah.
Anyways, and this was in response actually to our episode just from last week, number 227,
Nice.
UFO Showroom. And JC wrote, so it's like a dream come true and live happily ever after in that year. And I think you're right, JC. It really is.
Yes.
Okay. Today's topic aside, with the murder, aside from that, it's pretty cool here in the future.
Yeah.
I'm glad to live here.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it's
compared to the past.
99.9% happy
Yeah, well, and
pink fairy tale cakes.
I mean, not quite. I mean,
Okay.
definitely compared to 200 years ago is what I was going to say. I'm very glad to be living now.
Yeah.
No, nothing against you, our listeners, against you and your time, but from what we learned in history, in school, you had some really harsh stuff going on. I'm really glad to be living now.
I bet they had UFO parking spaces back in the 21st
Now
century.
that maybe you would have preferred to live back then.
But every 21st century supermarket has like a few spots just reserved for UFOs.
Sure. With a way to like roll the trolleys of the trolley of your shopping like right up to your door.
Yeah, why not? But other than that, yay for the 23rd century.
Indeed.
And we have a job to do now. We will solve this case
Yes.
and make the 23rd century all happy again.
Hopefully so.
Yes.
Listeners to Tests from the Future, please send an email to michaellasagna5@gmail.com with the number 228 in the subject line. That way we'll know this episode successfully went back in time. And if you have any questions, of course, please feel free to include those in your email.
For now, thanks for listening and see you in 200 years.
Bye-bye.